From his iconic role in Bruce Almighty to countless other beloved characters, Jim Carrey was a staple in comedy. But why did he suddenly vanish from the big screen? The truth behind Jim Carrey's exit from acting is filled with shocking revelations and personal struggles. This video exposes the dramatic and unsettling story behind his decision to leave Hollywood. But to grasp the full picture of Jim's journey, let's take a step back and understand how his early life and career began. Jim's journey began in the quiet town of Newmarket, Ontario. Born into a family of 6, he was the youngest of 4 siblings. Life wasn't always easy for the Carreys. His father, juggling jobs as an accountant and saxophonist, struggled to keep the family afloat. When Jim turned 12, things took a turn for the worse. His dad lost his job, throwing the family into financial turmoil. Faced with hard times, Jim had to grow up fast. He left school in the 8th grade, working as a janitor to help put food on the table. The family's situation became so dire that they lived out of a Volkswagen van for a while. But even in these tough moments, Jim found his calling, making people laugh. At just 15, Jim took his first steps into the world of comedy. He started performing stand-up at Yuk Yuk's, a local comedy club in Toronto. For the next 4 years, he worked tirelessly, perfecting his craft in clubs across Canada. Then, at 19, he made a decision that would change his life forever. He packed his bags and headed to Los Angeles, chasing his dreams of stardom. In LA, Jim became a regular at the Comedy Store. It was here that fate stepped in. Rodney Dangerfield, a comedy legend, spotted Jim's act and was blown away by the young performer's talent. But what truly fueled Jim's humor was depression. Growing up with a sick mother, he found that laughter was the best medicine. He channeled his pain into his performances, using his unique brand of physical comedy and impressions to bring joy to others, just as he had done for his family during their hardest times. Jim's breakthrough came in 1990 when he landed a spot on the hit sketch comedy show In Living Color. His vibrant, physical comedy quickly made him a standout on the show, earning him widespread recognition. However, 1994 was the year that truly changed everything for Jim, launching him into superstardom. In rapid succession, Jim starred in 3 blockbuster hits: Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber. These films showcased his unique brand of manic overacting, exaggerated line deliveries, and comic pratfalls, endearing him to audiences and cementing his status as Hollywood's new funny man. Striking while the iron was hot, Jim immediately dived into blockbuster franchises, bringing his distinctive style to Batman Forever and reprising his role in Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls. This period solidified his reputation for comedic brilliance, but he wasn't content with just being the goofball. Jim's dramatic chops in The Truman Show and Man on the Moon surprised audiences and critics alike, earning Golden Globe Awards for both performances. These roles proved that Jim was more than just a one-trick pony. He was a versatile actor capable of making audiences both laugh and cry. His portrayal of Truman Burbank in The Truman Show captured the audience's empathy, and his performance in Man on the Moon showcased his commitment to embodying complex characters. In 2004, Jim delivered a critically acclaimed performance in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, further solidifying his reputation as a serious actor. His portrayal of Joel Barish, a man grappling with the erasure of painful memories, demonstrated his emotional depth and ability to convey vulnerability. This role, among others, showed that Jim's personal experiences often found their way into his work, adding authenticity to his performances. Throughout the 2000s and early 2010s, Jim continued to balance comedy and drama, starring in films like Fun with Dick and Jane, Yes Man, and Mr. Popper's Penguins. However, a significant turning point came in 2013 when he withdrew his support for Kick-Ass 2 due to its violent content, citing the Sandy Hook tragedy as his reason. This decision hinted at a changing perspective that would eventually lead to a step back from the limelight. While Jim's career was soaring, his personal life was often a roller coaster of emotions and relationships. His first marriage to Melissa Wummer in 1987 produced his daughter Jane, a consistent source of joy amidst his stormy love life. However, the divorce after 7 years hinted at the challenges Jim would face, balancing his rising career with personal relationships. His second marriage to Lauren Holly, his Dumb and Dumber co-star, lasted a mere 8 months, demonstrating the strain his growing fame put on his personal life. This pattern of brief, high-profile relationships continued with actresses like Laurie Holden and January Jones. A significant turning point came with his engagement to Renee Zellweger, his Me, Myself, and Irene co-star. Their split in 2000 sparked rumors of differing priorities, with some suggesting Zellweger wanted a firm wedding date. This breakup coincided with one of Jim's most critically acclaimed periods, perhaps influencing his powerful performance eternal sunshine of the spotless mind. Jim's 5-year relationship with Jenny McCarthy seemed to offer stability, but their sudden split in 2010 shocked many. Sources close to Jim revealed his tendency to switch between needing companionship and solitude, a pattern that may have impacted both his relationships and his career decisions. However, it was his relationship with Catriona White that proved most distressful and consequential. Their on-again, off-again romance ended tragically, with White taking her own life in 2015. The aftermath revealed a deeply troubled relationship, with White accusing Jim of giving her a venereal disease and writing in her death note, "Jim, you ruined my life." When Catriona White took her own life, the heartbreaking event led to a wrongful death lawsuit filed by White's family, which was eventually dismissed. This traumatic event shook Jim, likely contributing to his retreat from the public eye and his later decision to step back from acting. Throughout his career, Jim has been open about his battle with depression. He's spoken candidly about using Prozac earlier in his life, helping to reduce the stigma around mental health issues. Later, he chose to move away from medication, turning instead to spirituality and natural remedies. Jim's involvement in the anti-vaccination movement alongside his then-girlfriend Jenny McCarthy in 2009 stirred up significant controversy. He publicly questioned vaccine safety and their potential link to autism, putting him at odds with the scientific community. This stance drew heavy criticism from medical professionals and the public. On set, Jim's dedication to his craft sometimes led to challenging situations. During the filming of Man on the Moon, he fully immersed himself in the role of Andy Kaufman, staying in character even when cameras weren't rolling. While this method of acting approach contributed to his Golden Globe-winning performance, it also reportedly created difficulties for the cast and crew. Jim later admitted that the role took a serious mental toll on him. The legend's journey in Hollywood took an unexpected turn in 2022 when he announced his plans to step away from acting. This news came as a surprise to many, especially considering his success with the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. After reprising his role as the villainous Dr. Robotnik in Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Jim dropped the bombshell that he was considering retirement. In his own words, Jim described his decision as fairly serious. He explained that he was ready to embrace a quieter life, focusing on his passions outside of acting. Painting, which had long been a creative outlet for Jim, was now taking center stage in his life. He also expressed a desire to step deeper into his spiritual journey, suggesting a shift in his priorities. Jim's statement about retirement was both surprising and refreshingly honest. He candidly admitted, "I have enough. I've done enough. I am enough." However, Jim didn't completely close the door on his acting career. He left room for the possibility of returning if the right project came along, saying he might consider it if the Angels brought him a script written in gold ink that he felt was truly important for people to see. For nearly 2 years, it seemed that Jim was indeed serious about his retirement. Fans and industry insiders speculated about whether we'd ever see the beloved comedian on the big screen again. The entertainment world had seemingly lost one of its most versatile and dynamic performers, but in a twist that mirrors the unpredictability of Jim's on-screen characters, February 2024 brought unexpected news. It was revealed that Jim would be returning to reprise his role as Dr. Robotnik in Sonic the Hedgehog 3. This announcement came as a pleasant shock to fans who had resigned themselves to the idea of never seeing Jim in a new role again. The decision to return is particularly intriguing given the events of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. In that film, Dr. Robotnik seemingly met his demise, falling from a giant robot in what appeared to be a fatal plummet. However, in true cinematic fashion, a post-credits scene revealed that Robotnik's body was never found, leaving the door open for the character's return. Jim's decision to come out of retirement for this role raises several questions. What was it about this project that drew him back to acting? Did he miss the thrill of performance more than he anticipated? Or perhaps the character of Dr. Robotnik holds a special place in his heart?